Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. And May is a good month for us YieldMax holders because we have a bonus week and it is Group C. So we had Group C distributions for the month of May. It was our first week, and now we have a bonus week because every now and then, because the distributions are weekly and not monthly, we get a bonus week. So we get a fifth week. So that brings up our monthly earnings, if you like, our monthly distribution. So I've already been winning this month because I am having a record month after investing a bit more money and reinvesting my distributions. And yeah, things are looking good. Bitcoin's on the up. Misty's kind of wavering a little bit, but it was on the up. And so distributions have therefore also been on the up. So with a 237 distribution for Misty, and that made me quite a bit of money when it was Group D. So anyway, in this video, I'm going to talk about Group C because that's what's happening this week. And I'll talk about what I hold, but also what I would be buying. So lots of people are always like, what should I buy in Group C? It's Group C week. What should I buy and when to buy it? I always prefer to buy on ex-dividend date because I am very weird and psychological about my average cost price, which you can see over here. So I'm always trying to reduce that as much as possible. So I don't like to buy before distributions get announced or on the announcement day. I like to buy when the distribution gets taken out of the share price and you get that kind of discount. But also on red days when the shares, the ETFs are aren't doing well or have a red day or a low price, and then I'll buy them as well. But I generally go for the best price possible, not to buy for the distribution amount. Say CONY gets announced on Wednesday that it's a $2. I'm not going to buy on Wednesday to get that $2 distribution. I'm going to wait for that $2 to come out of it, and then if CONY drops from $9 or whatever it is now to $7, then I'll jump in at that price. That's the way I do it because I like to bring my average cost price down so that when it comes to potentially selling or moving around from one of these to another, then I'm more in profit. I don't know if it really works like that, but psychologically, that's what I try to do. I try to buy as low as possible, and therefore I can sell when I'm in profit. So what I'm going to focus on today is what I would consider buying for Group C. So that's CONY. CONY is my biggest holding. You can see here I've been buying in the past week as well. I came into a bit of money. So I've now got 4,612 shares of CONY. So that's actually my biggest holding. So as you can probably guess, that's what I would recommend because I still believe that Bitcoin's going to do very well this year. Just to touch on what I've been buying, I have got into a bit of money, and I usually do this in my videos, is talk about what I've been buying. And so the funds that are still really important that to me that I believe in that are going to do the best in terms of not only growth in terms of share price going up, but in terms of good distributions are CONY, Misty, LFGY is a weekly. That's my favorite weekly position. PLTY, absolute banger of an ETF. It's doing so well. I bought in at 60.78 as soon as the distribution came out for Group B, and it's already back to 64. And that's with a red day last week. So I think it's, we're in overnight trading at the moment. I think it's around 63, 64. Tesla, it's going back up. Tesla, I wasn't touching it because of all the drama around Elon, but I'm back in because I want to bring my average price down. So like Tesla, well, what are we on? My average price is $12.75. I managed to get that down. That's now lower than that. It's now about $10.50 because I've been buying up a bit. So I wanted to reduce my average cost price on Tesla, NVIDIA, YMAG, and Misty. But really, my main two, Misty and PLTY, those are my big guns. I like SMCY as well, but the price was a bit expensive this week, so I didn't buy it. And CONY in Group C, as I say. But yes, the ones that I want to focus on talking about today are CONY, CVNY, which I bought into during the big dip, during all that tariff chaos. I got a really good price for it. And NFLY, so Netflix, and HOOY, which is new, so Robinhood. So I think that's actually going to do really well. I think that might be a bit of a dark horse for this group, even though I'm not sure it's receiving a dividend or distribution this week, but definitely one to keep an eye on. So where was I? Yeah. So the ones that I hold though from Group C are CONY, AMDY, which I'm not too bothered about. I bought it quite a while ago. I haven't sold it, but it's just been going down. I do think it will probably recover, but I don't think it's the best of Group C or the best of YieldMax in any way. But I think CONY, CVNY, and then these are weeklies. Those are my 2 holdings, or 3 holdings, but I wouldn't consider getting into AMDY. Or maybe if you're bullish on it, you can if you've done your research. But I'm going to talk about those other 5 or 4. So CONY, what's happening in CONY's price? Let's just have a quick look. Over a year, obviously it's gone down a lot. It went up, it recovered, it was down at like 1150, went up in that big Bitcoin bull run when Trump got inaugurated around November time. It went up to 1961, that was really good. I actually sold some up there, and then have been buying back again around this area, and it's going up again. If we change this to 3 months, you can see it's gone from 650, it was at a rough low around there, and it's back around the $9 mark. Since Bitcoin's been going back up, Bitcoin hit an all-time high again just the other day, last week, of around 112K, I think it was. And for me, this is still my biggest play for Group C, and it's still one of my biggest holdings, and it will continue to be until I get to my average cost price on CONY, which is $12.53. So once CONY starts reaching that $11, $12 price, then I'm going to stop buying into it. So I don't want to go above my cost price, so to speak. So, but CONY, yeah, if you look on TradingView, this is all free. You can just do a tiny bit of analysis and go into the search here, Coinbase. So always look for the underlying Coinbase, not CONY. Go to the forecast, and it will show you what analysts think is going to happen with it. If it's a buy, according to the analysts, how many analysts say so? 13 think it's a buy. A couple of them say sell, but most people are saying buy. This is the current price, and this is what the average price target is and what the max is. I personally am probably more bullish on that, just simply because of my I guess, thesis on Bitcoin and where I expect it to go, and that's mainly due to global liquidity, the M2 money supply, which I've talked about before, and it is still pumping. It was pumping a couple of months ago, and it's still pumping. This was the money supply here when it reached that all-time high of 108K back in November, December time. And then you can see what the money supply, because China's printing, a lot of quantitative easing going on, and it looks like, Trump's been pressuring the Fed to reduce interest rates, but at some point, I think they've been moving from quantitative tightening to maybe not quantitative easing, but more so in that direction. And it looks like that's, even if it doesn't go any higher than this, we're looking at. I'm still bullish on Bitcoin for the end of this year, and I think I'll stick with my 200K, possibly even 250K price for Bitcoin by the end of this year. And if that happens, as I've said in previous videos, CONY, Misty, Maro, all those Bitcoin related ETFs are going to benefit massively. And so I'm still very bullish on CONY. I think, as I've said in a couple of my previous videos with price predictions or projections, that I think CONY will probably hit around $14 or $15. So for me, it's a great buy for Group C. It's the one that I'm going to be focusing on going forward until it hits like kind of the $11, $12 mark, and they'll probably stop buying that and buying something else. But HOOY, the new one, Robinhood. Now this is based on the underlying stock of Robinhood, which is brokerage and I guess a crypto exchange kind of hybrid thing. And I think this will perform pretty similarly to CONY, considering they're similar. They're kind of competitors in a way, except CONY's obviously crypto, and Robinhood's both a brokerage and crypto. It kind of does it all. But it launched at 50, which all the YieldMax ETFs seem to do now, and it went up big, and then it had that little drop, but it's still at 58, so it's increased by $8. Now, I'm always a bit skeptical about getting into these YieldMax ETFs straight from the off, because a lot of them their NAV goes down, they decline quite a lot. But I do think this is going to be more of a PLTY type ETF. I think it will go up. PLTY launched at 50, it went up to like 90, then it came down because of the tariff chaos, and it's back at like mid-60s again. And I think HOOY, I don't know if that's how we're going to say it, HOOY is going to do similar things. I think it's going to perform really well, and it'll probably be a bit of volatility, but also because there's crypto related too. I think it'll probably be the dark horse of the group. I'm very interested to see what the first distribution is going to be for that ETF, whether it's this week or if it's next month. I'm not sure. The other ones are CVNY. Now I got into this when it dipped, when all that Trump tariff chaos ridiculousness was going on, and I got in at 27 something. Let me just double check what I got in at, my average price, 27.88. So I'm already in like over $1,000 of profit just from the growth of the fund itself, let alone the distributions. And it distributes well. It does like 100% distribution rate. So I think that's a great fund, a great ETF. But if you look on here, so if you go to TradingView, you can just type in the underlyings to kind of assess. So CVNA is the underlying Carvana, and you go see overview, and then you go to, you can do, obviously this is just basic initial research. You can do more research than this. But this is what I just like to do, just to get a feel of what the analysts are saying. So you can see it's above the average price at 304, and it's got a max analyst price of 340. So it's tinkering on the high share price now. Obviously, it was a good buy when I kind of got a little bit lucky in all that chaos of getting at $27, but now it's trading at like $46. So that's on the high side. So I'd be probably watching that for myself. If it gets down to the $35 range again, I'll probably buy into it, because it does seem to perform really well and it provides a really good distribution. So it's still, look, the analysts, still 12 saying strong buy, 1 saying buy, 7 hold, and only 1 saying strong sell. So it's still a pretty good buy and worth considering for sure. Then the other ones are NFLY. Like people really like this. I don't hold any of it myself, but I see it as more of a conservative play. Like if you look from all time, it kind of like it started at 20 when they used to start at 20. I just see this, yeah, it's just showing a lot of volatility, but this doesn't need to be like that. So it started at 20 and it's kind of chopped around, and it hasn't really lost NAV, it hasn't really gained NAV. So it's, yeah, trading at $18.50, $19 mark when it launched at 20. But it provides, you know, I think it does about a 60% distribution, which is okay, but something that, you know, I just feel that CONY and HOOY potentially and CVNY are probably slightly better. But if you're a bit more conservative, maybe it's less risky than crypto, if you like. If you're not like big into Bitcoin and don't believe in it, then maybe NFLY is your choice of this group. But let me know what you think. And so yeah, so there's NFLY. Like if we were to look at what Netflix's projections look like, or what the analysts say, I'll just go to forecast. And then so you can just do this for each fund in the ETF. So it's still a buy by most analysts. It's at about the average price, but then there's a max of 1.5, 1.4, and a low. So it's kind of middle of the range, but still like 31 analysts are saying buy, 15 hold, and not 1 strong sell, only 2 sell. So it's probably a good option if you like the look of that one. But you can do this for any of these ETFs in Group C. Do your own research, go to TradingView, have a look at the underlying stock and see what you think. But for me, CONY is my main player. That's the one I'm going to be reinvesting my dividends into, my distributions into. So when Thursday hits, whatever cash I've got, I'll probably hit that for the X distribution date. So say CONY, look, what was the last CONY distribution amount? 65 cents. And Bitcoin has gone up since then. It hit an all-time high. So I'd say it hasn't gone up massively though, CONY share price. So I'd say 70, 75 cents. And if that happens, then what usually occurs is that that 70 cents or whatever the distribution is gets deducted from the share, gets taken straight out on ex-dividend day, which is the Thursday. And so we'd be looking at an 10, 8.20 entry point. And that's probably what I'll look to buy into and try and get quite a bit of CONY on Thursday at around that $8.20 price. As I said, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. I think it's going to go pretty high this year, 200, 250K. So I think CONY is gonna keep growing with it. And yeah, so that's what I'd do. I'd go CONY. I'd potentially go CVNY if the price goes down a bit. I think it's a little high at the moment. If it gets down to that $35 mark, I'd get into that again. And then NFLY, I personally wouldn't do it. I think it's a little bit more conservative, but HOOY, I'll be keeping an eye on that. I think that might be the dark horse of the group. I think that will do really well. Very interested to see what the distribution is for that one, see how it starts off, because I think it will do well this year. But that's it for Group C. And yeah, God, I might even hit the 30. Like this for me was a record month because it was my record distributions for Misty and CONY in that first week, and it got me over the 20K mark, which I'd never hit before as a net Australian dollar income per month. And I might even, with my CONY, I've got CONY at 600. Might even get up to that 30K per month, which would be incredible, would be amazing. So yeah, that's probably my game plan, and I'll just reinvest my distributions as I don't drip or anything like that. I know a lot of people talk about drip or no drip. I don't drip. I want to buy at the lowest price possible. I want to buy other funds, and I want to buy only things that I believe in are a good price at the time. So that's how I play things. Let me know how you do things, if you agree, if you don't agree, and yeah, have an awesome week.